pretty as you feel. Only pretty as you feel inside. You're only pretty as you feel. Just as pretty as you feel inside. When you wake up in the morning, rub some sleep from your eye. Look inside your mirror. Comb your hair. Don't give no vanity a second thought. No, no, no. Beauty's only skin deep. It goes just so far, 'cause you're only pretty as you feel. As pretty as you feel inside. You're only pretty as you feel. So girl, don't hang yourself up on no plastic face. A little bit of soap will wipe away any grease. 'Cause you're only pretty as you feel. Mama, I said you're only pretty as you feel inside. Strut. So now you're feeling so pretty. Now you're feeling so good. Now you're ready to face the world. Now you're feeling good. Go out there and knock 'em silly, girl. Go out there, show 'em how to thrill. Go out there, show 'em how to thrill. Girl, you're only pretty as you feel. Say it. You're only pretty as you feel. You're only pretty as you feel.
Pretty as you feel inside.
You're only pretty as you feel. Feeling pretty, feeling pretty. You're only pretty as you feel. Feeling so pretty, feeling so pretty, feeling so pretty, feeling so pretty, 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 mama, mama, mama.
Oh, well, welcome back. Yeah, uh, Jefferson Airplane, nice and groovy. And Evan David, good to know that you won't be around next week. It kind of helps me think that I might take a week off. I'm always worried about doing that because, as you know, if I go away for too long, then people forget that I exist. Uh, but could probably do with one. But I should definitely be back the week after that because hubby's away again, and I don't expect I'll be working on that weekend, as far as I know. But yeah, whether it's next week or the week after, it will just be a general theme of, well, anything anybody wants, really. But you had asked if Pretty Vacant was on the list over on Spotify, And it was indeed, so we might as well go from one thing to another. This is quite different from what I would normally play on the channel, but hey, I'll play anything pretty much. Huh. And I actually have an Arctic Monkeys track in the list already, so even if Music Man doesn't make it into part 2, I will play that in his honour. Hopefully he will make the crossover, but we shall see. Anyway, so some Sex Pistols. Now, confession time for me. When I watched Sean's run through of this album, often when I'm watching people doing Talking Heads type stuff, including myself, not that I watch myself, but you know what I mean, I tend to put it into 1.25 speed. And I'd gotten to almost the end of the album before I realised that I had never taken it out of that, because I meant to listen to the songs at the normal speed. But it worked for a punk album, so I'm not sure Bo starts back in yet, but I'm sure he will most likely be before long. If not, he might have been thrown off by the start time, because YouTube makes you pick a time to schedule it, which doesn't necessarily quite tally with what you do. And he is, so great. So it won't be too long before we get to the Fleetwood Mac track, though we will visit the K's at least one more time before that. Yeah, there's a few Pistols tunes I don't mind. Again, they're not the sort of thing I would listen to in real life. The funny thing with the K's is if I'd read about them, I might not have listened to them, because they are often described as being punky, which I don't really hear that much at all, to be honest. But there you go. They certainly got punk influence in there, but, you know, in a mix of a lot of things. Alrighty. Thank you to Johnny and the boys for that. Now, we will kick off with one more tune, at least from the K's, which is going to be a song that they didn't... Actually, they did release it as a single like 2 days before the album came out, but they had previewed it live. Not that I saw them do that, but anyway, it's the second track on the album. I was tossing up between the opener, not hearing Perfect Haunting, because you know my rules about not playing songs that will make me cry on a live stream. So that's the album closer, and is utterly gorgeous. But you can go to my funeral and hear that song. I'm willing to call that, but we're not playing it tonight. But we are playing this one, Rat Poison. And you know, you can hear a bit of punkiness to this, but to me it's still too melodic to be called punk. Pretty nice bass work from Dexter on this one. And we will go straight from this into my favourite song from Tusk. Yeah, pop punk, punk pop. What's the way around you meant to say that? There's always an order of these things. So other than Superman tonight, Evan David, what have you chaps been up to this week? I know you had a busy week last week, Roast Out. Has it been somewhat quieter for you this time around, or not? So not necessarily fun, but practical and useful. We have completely put off all of the hundreds of things that need to be done in this place. But, you know, we might get to it one day when it really needs it. All right. I'm sure Postart has some additional info to provide on this tune. So I was lucky enough to hear them do live. The first time I saw them was before Christine was back, so they had the one benefit of that was they had a bit more space for some of the deeper cuts. So they hardly played any of her songs.
Beautiful child. You are a beautiful child, and I am a fool once more. You fell in love when I was only 10.
I actually have a feeling that that would have been the first time I heard the song, actually, come to think of it. No, you had a ticket to Rill, did you, Evan David? Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I'm not going to say the other one. Pick up anything worth mentioning there? Did I just not play a song because it might make me cry and then go and play this one? What a fool. I'm going to try and keep my emotions in check. I only cry for money, like most things.
Well, I wish that you were mine. I wish that you were mine. You say it will be hard.
No, I want to hear it. I always want to hear it.
I wait for you to say, just go.
It's just sometimes I forget how much of an empath I am. You know, it's really hard work.
So few hours, but I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a child anymore. I'm tall enough to reach for the stars. I'm old enough to love you from afar. To trust in yes, but then women usually are. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a child, I'm not.
Yeah, I thought I was wasn't going mad because earlier we heard Blind to the Beautiful from Fish, which was number 3 on my top 10 list of beautiful songs for Sean. REM at my most beautiful was number 2, and this was number 1. So I've just spoiled that for you, but go and watch it anyway if you didn't in the first place. That was done in I did 2023, so one of my last lists before I stopped being able to afford such things. Yeah, because in that quote, you just mentioning Derek Taylor, Bostad, I had a quote for Sean that she said it was about an Englishman she was crazy about who was quite a bit older than her. Another one of her doomed relationships. He used to read poetry in his beautiful English voice, and I would sit at his feet just mesmerised. And he'd say, "You're a beautiful child," and I'd say, "I'm not a child anymore." He was married, so we stopped because it was going to hurt a lot of people. Anyway, great song. And we do need something completely different. So we are going to go and have some Arctic Monkeys action. This is for you, Music Man, if you happen to have come back but not been on the chat, or catch it up on replay, or any of those things, or not see it at all. You know, you can dedicate something to somebody who will never know about it. So here you go. Pretty Visitors. I had no idea this is an Arctic Monkey song that they would have liked, but it's relevant to the themes, so what the hey? Goodness, how many Fleetwood Mac tribute bands are there? I mean, I guess there would be a lot of them there. Speak to Fleetwood Mac and Rumours of. Okay. Yes, indeed, this is from Humbug, which is a nice tight 10 songs, 39 minutes. Got some good streaming numbers on this album, including the song, 65 million. Not bad for a track that's 9th in the running order of 10 songs, that's for sure. After this, we will have our final tune from the Earlstown's Finest to celebrate their #1 album, and then probably just a few more things before we say good night. But if there's anybody new who has popped in, because there's numbers suggest there is, and you want to pop something into the chat, then please do, and we'll get to it if we can. What was the name of that group, Bostart, or has that escaped you? Which would seem very unlike you. I always wonder with tribute bands what the value is on getting the look right versus, well, as long as they can do the music as well. I mean, you often see some decent Pauls, but you have to kind of remember that, okay, Paul's not going to be left-handed tonight, sort of thing. All right, that was Arctic Monkeys. Interesting. If Tracy came in, I was going to play that for her, but we don't really get the Aussies in at this time of the year because the time zones are just whack, really, and there's not much we can do about that unless somebody decides to move to a different part of the world. So we will, as I say, head to 33 Heads, which is, of course, on the new Cave album, and I don't have much to tell you about that one because it's one of the songs that I didn't hear until the album came out a week ago. And this will go directly into another really obvious, pretty song from Mr. David Bowie. In spite of what I just said, oh, I'm still dreading my bed, 'cause I know we'll lie awake either way. So it's no surprise it takes a obvious line to convince me to stay, I'd previously not played the Rides version of That's Pretty Good Love, which is the kind of blues band that Stephen Stills had in the previous decade, but let's get the Little Feat version up for a little later. Why not? Every time I'm steaming, my wounds they start to bleed out. Sometimes I don't know if I'll make it through the evening, but I don't care if I do. Well, even David, I hope they go really method and all sleep with each other and then fall out and do a lot of coke. Maybe they shouldn't do those things after all, come to think of it. I'll get a cup across town, 2 and 2 up and 2 down. It's someone I used to know. I'll ask him, can I come round? And he tells me I'm sound as long as I'm on my own. I'll say I'm out with my mates, so he's no trouble, he's great. And we're already on our way. So at 3:45, I'll turn up at his door and hope he'll let me stay. I hope he'll let me stay. How are we doing, by the way, both start on the pretty versus beautiful stakes, if you have indeed been keeping track? And I feel that I know you well enough to say that you have been. I should highlight what to me is the fact that lead singer Jamie Boyle, he's the main songwriter as well. To my mind, he is a once in a lifetime, no, not lifetime, but generation talent. Of all the current acts around, I mean, they're a great band top to finish, but he's what makes them super special to my ears. Good morning, Alan. Welcome to your Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. That was this week's South Park episode. Less controversial than last week's, I'm guessing. Have you even seen it? Alrighty, and yeah, I mean, you all know what's coming because it was on the thumbnail. And how can you do a pretty theme song without doing, or a pretty theme stream without doing the song? From my favourite Bowie album. Although pretty much everything from this album through Station to Station is a great run of stuff.
Put on some clothes, shake up your bed. Put another log on the fire for me. I made some breakfast and coffee. Look out my window, what do I see? A crack in the sky and a hand reaching down to me. All the nightmares came today.
Oh, well, if you have Alan, if you have a pretty or beautiful song that we might not have already played, I'm sure you'll come up with something. We'll try and fit one in. Probably not going to be on here too much longer tonight, so
No room for me, no fun for you.
get it in quick.
Think about a world to come where the books were found by the golden ones, written in pain, written it all by a puzzle man who questioned what we were here for. All the strangers came today, and it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Let me make it plain, gotta make way for the Holy Superior. Look out at your children, see their faces in golden rays. Don't kid yourself, they belong to you.
Okay, I might save that one for last because I know what happens when Sean plays Prince. But you know, last isn't that far away in any case, so we'll get that one on the list. And Evan David, I think that's a Bowie night could be a go. I don't think he's particularly copyright problematic. I hope not, anyway. Well, feel free, Alan. We'll try either way and see what happens. But if you got something I can play, it doesn't matter either way because we got stuff lined up. But always like to guarantee I can get a song in for people who come in. So. Songwriters. We might come back to that one in a minute. We might not. But let's go to a Bow Start suggestion for a band I might have gone to see this week had I not been working, which is why I don't book tickets in advance. Little Feat, who played the Indigo at the O2 on Tuesday night, but I was in a nightclub pretending that I like straight music and dancing. I am a brilliant actor, as we know. Speaking of brilliant acting, obviously I've been playing the K's all night, and they were in a film called To Be Someone, which is kind of meant to be the sequel to Quadrophenia, which I'm sure you lot have heard of. And so a lot of people on the K's Facebook group first came across them in that film, which means that a lot of people on the K's Facebook group have seen me. How can I put this delicately? I can't put this delicately, so I'm just going to say in a bathtub, having a pleasurable time. That's yeah. We'll not dwell on that any longer. And do you know Roast Art? I don't know who did the original this either off the top of my head. Actually, chances are, if I'm just in Spotify again, it will tell us. Could it be Big Maybell? It's looking likely. But yeah, if you do you want to see To Be Someone, it is available on Amazon Prime, and I don't recommend it at all. Also some Little Feat info from Bow Start. This song closes their 1995 album, Ain't Had Enough Fun. Vocals from the then newly added female singer Shawn Murphy and percussionist Sam Clayton, who I gather was quite a big part of their most recent album. Is that correct, Bow Start? And has that grown on you further than the last time we mentioned it? Aha. An excellent choice, Alan, and one that was actually already lined up in case Tracy came in, really, because I was thinking that would be the song that she would want. So we will do that in a moment. So we'll go into INXS if Spotify will allow it. If not, we'll jump back to iTunes for another tune and then come back. So yeah, having not seen the Feat on Tuesday, I imagine that's probably my last chance to have ever seen them. I mean, I'm not like most. I'm not a big fan, but I would have liked to have caught them had I been free, but was not to be. As you would expect from the Feat. They got a good groove going on. Yeah, but I'm guessing they don't make it to this side of the pond all that often, Bow Start, do they? All right, let's see. Will it be ads, or will we get lucky? It'll be ads. That's what I was thinking. So here's a song that kind of fits the theme. It's Photoshop Handsome from the debut album by Everything. And I mentioned that I didn't buy a Manfred Mann compilation or a Roy Orbison compilation today, but in Croydon there's a little used music shop that I've been going to since I've lived here. That is closing down sometime in the next few months, so I picked this up today for the princely sum of £2. I also got the Cat Stevens album that I hadn't had previously for £1. I added to my You Can Blue collection, which is ever growing all of a sudden. I picked up an album I used to own, but thought for £1 I should give this another shot because Bostart recommends it, and with a bit of Utopia action, which is a group I've never owned anything by and thought I probably should. So yeah, sad to see them go, but a nice little pile for not very much cash. Oh, Evan David, a graphic novel biography? I can see that working for Bowie, but it's not a phrase I ever thought I'd see, really. Stardust, ray guns, and moon-age daydreams. So I'm a massive fan of the album that these guys put out last year called Mountainhead. That's one of my favourites of last year. I really don't know much of their earlier stuff, and this is quite different. This is 2010, their debut. They're certainly an interesting band, and one that never seemed to play London. They tour all around the UK, but never seem to come here, at least not when I am available to enjoy it. I'll catch them one day, I feel sure. We probably won't have time for Paul tonight, but what we will do is get the Antipodean request in, which is a beautiful girl from INXS. Hurrah! Thank you to Alan for this one. After this, we'll have just one more tune from my list, and then we'll finish off with Alan's Prince suggestion and see if we get through it all or not. I mean, Sean's had times where he's got through Prince fine and others where he hasn't, so who knows. But don't want to risk it midstream. Well, I can imagine a graphic novel about the Beatles, but not necessarily about Epstein. This is Brian Epstein we're talking, for anyone not in the chat, as opposed to any other Epsteins you might have heard of. Yeah, I guess it makes a difference if the albums flow a bit thicker and faster than perhaps they have done in the past. But yeah, if I get another chance that pays off, then I would certainly take it. I mean, at least I have had the benefit of having seen Bill Payne with the Doobies. In that period that he was with them. Obviously, because when else would I have seen them with them? So this is from Welcome to Wherever You Are from '92. And it's the biggest stream song from here by far, 162 million. I mean, half of the album hasn't even got 1 million streams on this one.
She's so scared, so very frightened. Anything could happen right here tonight. Beautiful girl.
Yeah, Alan, it's you know, when you have an album like Kick that blows up so big, it's almost impossible to follow it up with any chance of it carrying on that level of success. So you should do something different, because that's kind of the attitude that Toto took, to their probable detriment, and indeed Fleetwood Mac, as we had something from Tusk earlier, which was obviously massively different from the behemoth that was Rumours. So I'd rather see bands do that than just try and repeat a formula to diminishing returns over time. So, righty. So let's pretty much come full circle, because we started the night with a solo tune from Fee Waybill of the Tubes, co-written by Steve Lukather. But here's a Tube song that was their biggest hit, actually, which number 10 in the States in '83, co-written by Fee Waybill and Steve Lukather. This is She's a Beauty. So on the previous album, Fee and Luke wrote the opener for that, called Talk to You Later, which was not a big single but a big early MTV hit. So this followed up on that momentum. Both albums produced by David Foster, so yeah. Has to be said, he commercialised the Tubes like he does everybody, but not to the same extent he did Chicago. And the astute amongst you will notice Bill Champlin of Chicago and Bobby Kimball of Toto in the backing vocals.
You can say anything you like, but you can't touch the merchandise. She'll give you every penny's worth.
I wonder if those are available in my local library, Evan David, which I'm finally a member of after more than 10 years of meaning to get around to it. Yeah, Bobby Kimball, so distinctive in those backing vocals there. How did Fee get his nickname? My goodness, Post, I don't know that off the top of my head. I'm guessing you've looked it up before asking the question, which means I'm probably not going to find it out very quickly. But just in case. No, indeed. And Fee as well, in what must be considered one of the least likely things to happen. In the sessions for this album, in fact, a young songwriter came to the studio at the, who had met David Foster and asked if he could come along. And most of the band were quite rude to him, and Fee was not. And they became firm friends. That was Richard Marx, and Fee later wrote a lot of songs with him, including some of his hits, after the Tubes were broken up. In fact, Richard produced Fee's most recent solo album from a few years back. Alrighty. So we'll see how we go with Prince. We're already hitting the copyright warning even ahead of playing this. So if we go out, that's been great. Thanks for coming, guys. And if we don't, then I'll say a proper goodbye at the end of this. But this is a beautiful one to end on. It's the Beautiful Ones from Prince. And yeah, in terms of next week, probably we'll have a week off, but I could be swayed either way. Either way, Evan David, you have a great time away. And yeah, we'll definitely be back in a fortnight's time for most likely a general stream. And then it's been a while since we've done a specific artist stream, so kind of thinking we might head down the Paul Simon route, because it will be 60 years since the release of his first solo album, the wonderful Paul Simon Songbook. So that's a thought. That's not a guarantee at this point in time. Thanks to Bostart for the stats. Our final score, beautiful scores 9 and pretty 11. So pretty good mix of the pretty and the beautiful tonight. All of course in honour of the album that's next to me and in front of me. Pretty on the Internet by the K's. #1 in the UK this week. And next week it won't be in the charts still, but that's how things go. Yeah, Evan David, I would expect to mix in some S and G in there as well, although my personal preference leans towards the solo. Yeah, Bostart, I can see that point of view, although I mean, really it was only 2 tracks that I'd already done. Sound of Silence and He Was My Brother. Everything else was later. But I grew up with that album, Sounds of Silence and Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme, which those two contain the bulk of the songs. And that's how I knew that I liked Paul better solo, because I always preferred the songbook versions. Most people don't, but most people are so familiar with the Simon and Garfunkel versions before they even hear those that, well, it's not the same. Yeah, if I don't do that, then I might feature that album in some other way on the channel. I'm not sure. It's one of those albums that doesn't get much traction, but I love it to death.
What's it gonna be, babe? Do you want him? Do you want me? 'Cause I want you. Said I want you. Tell me, babe, do you want me? I gotta know.
Yeah, both and you can add
Do you want me?
pre-release singles as well, given that what there must have been, I think, at least 3, if not 4 songs from Bookends released before the album came out. I mean, that's completely common now, but unheard of in the 60s. I don't think you get much argument on that, Alan. Purple Rain is peak Prince. What are the numbers on this, I wonder? They're going to be colossal, aren't they? Oh, not really. Two big songs. When Doves Cry is only 300 mil. Purple Rain 563, which is still less than I would have guessed for Prince. What are his monthly numbers? 12 million. I would have said he was deserving of more than that. But there you go. I mean, I guess 1984 is a long time ago. Alrighty. Well, ooh, I can take those off. That's nice. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and we'll catch you again sometime soon. So thank you, Evan David, Bostart, Alan, and all the lurkers. I have seen you in there, and Music Man who popped in at the end of the previous part. Didn't seem to make it over to part 2 with us, despite being given all the clues, but never mind, it happens. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up on the replay when it crops up. But yeah, should be in Sean's stream on Wednesday night. And yeah, I'll be here, if not next week, then in a fortnight's time. So, as ever, bye for now, but not for long.